What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? Guys, there was something that happened over the last couple of days that at this point, I question, do we want to see an explosive move for Luna Classic? Do we want the value of our investment to go up? Do we want it to go down? Now, that's a question that only you can ask, and I'm going to show you why I'm asking the question, because I don't think everybody is committed to price go up because, well, I mean, let's just talk about how we voted. Prop 12-147 came up for governance just recently, and that proposal was actually a very simple proposal. If you like this type of content, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So this was the proposal. It was very simple. It was to update the lunc dashboard. The reason for it was to improve the visibility and accessibility for existing and new invest, and it was worded very simple. The community is voting on Prop 12-147, which is all about updating the CoinMarketCap dashboard with accurate info. It's happening right before the big 3.3.0 upgrade that's set to make tax handling easier and boost utility. The proposal is almost at the pass threshold, and most of the community is backing it since it could make lunc more visible and accessible to both current and future investors. So far, about 215 delegators and 30 validators are in favor, with 51% yes votes, but there's also a chunk around 37 choosing to abstain. There's only one validator who's voting no on this, feel that the current CMC links are too centralized and don't show the key metrics and tools for Luna Classic. The community recently gave access to all nodes a top validator, so now they can make these updates to the lunc and USTC details on CoinMarketCap. Exciting stuff ahead. Well, is it exciting? Is it exciting if for some reason we're unable to do that? What is the question that you have to ask yourself? And you have, in fact, a fundamental question that you have to ask right now. Is the level of centralization or decentralization worth your bag not pumping? It's a simple question. And really, it's not even a trick question. Are you, one person here in this ecosystem is moving out of their own country to continue developing on the blockchain. That's also a person who earns income from you giving them your crypto to vote. Now, if you want your bag pumped and you were looking for a proposal to go along with 3.3.0, which is the reverse charge mechanism, if you were looking for something to create FOMO and start to create price action with Luna Classic, well, everybody voted yes except for, guys, you know what happened. So the question you have to ask yourself is, are you validating with the right person who represents your interest? Now, if your answer to that was, well, yeah, I want my bag to pump, then you need to validate with people who are voting yes. If your question or the answer to your question is, I don't care about the price of my bag, what I want is for more decentralization, that's the case, then you should be validating with the validator who voted no, because I'm pretty sure it was like the only validator who voted no, the only large validator, the only top 20 or 30 validator that voted no. So that's persons you should be validating with. But if you want your bag pumped, then it should be anybody else at that point. And of course, you should look at all kinds of different proposals before you make that decision, but you should validate with people who support what you want and your core principles. And it doesn't have to be everything, by the way. If this is important, if the decentralization is very important with you, then you should be validating with that person. If it's not, and you just want to see your bag price, if you want to see the value of your bag go up, then you should be validating with almost anybody. Okay, so you decide what's best for you in that regard. But for me, I want to see my bag pump. A lot of argument and fighting get put into centralization, decentralization. Not really. I mean, look, if all nodes controls the CoinMarketCap updating and almost every one of the validators use a node from all nodes, and all nodes is the largest validator, we're about as centralized as it gets, no matter what you think. So your call. But the question is, will this start to pump our bags? Now, the prop did pass, so we shall see whether or not it matters. Now, Bankless Times put up an article, and we're not going to go into this article today because it's kind of irrelevant here, but 393 billion Terra Luna Classic have burned. Can lunc price surge 90%? Can it surge 90%? Well, yes, because the market cap is 700 million, thereabout. and for it to go to 1.4 billion, that's something they could do very, very easily. It's not really even that complicated. But the question is, 393 billion in a day? No, over 2 years now. So, the question, the answered question, and by the way, it's almost 2.5 years at this point, but there's no reason to think that 393 billion is going to cause a 90% surge today. That's going to come from the market switching gears and really turning into like a major altcoin season. We're not there yet. Bitcoin's trading at 107,000. So we're going to keep poking around here. Also went through this crypto news flash to kind of, pick apart some of the stuff here and see, do I agree that, are there pumps? I don't know. Anyway, let's move over to Commonwealth real quick. We're still talking about that Terra Classic native meme token. There's one comment. I assume that because we're supposed to be having these discussions out in the open, and because we certainly don't want to not be validators who are not communicating with people or anything like that, then I assume there's probably going to be more comments in the next couple of days. Classic Chaos podcast, of course, it really kind of dropped the dime, if you will, here. Critically low activity of Terra Classic validators in official governance. And I mean, you guys just kind of scroll through here and figure out for yourself what you think. But go to Commonwealth and check it out. As far as your meme coin bags go, if you check over here, guys, look, Luna Classic pumping pretty good. Cat with Hat pumping pretty good. Juris Food, a couple of these guys are out here pumping pretty nicely so far today. Luna Classic especially is starting to have a little bit of a recovery, a little bit of a move back up because, we had a nice little dip. So let's keep going further here. As far as meme coins go, if you are looking for some meme coins, then the place to go is, of course, Terraport.finance. Is it too central? If it is, then, you wouldn't want to go there. You would only want to go to a decentralized place. I would assume that you can buy at lunc if you're worried about centralization or something. So, that'd be simple enough, right? So just get it there. But if not, then Terraport.finance is your place to go. And remember, Selenium assets are coming over the next couple of days. The Launchpad still has 21 hours left for you to grab a little bit of Selenium to get the reward for that. And that'll be a cool thing if you did. Also, don't forget Santa's Christmas Rush. Now, this is a new one, but Santa's Christmas Rush is here from Pragmatic Play that you can play now for this month. Multiplier Rush Christmas Edition is giving away from December 23rd to December 29th, $5,000 through B Gaming. So if you haven't already, should certainly go check that out. Daily cash drops through January 5th of 11,000, brought to you by Pragmatic Play and Terra Casino. Also, Stretch Network had a Black Friday special. And for the next 5 days, up to 2 million euros being given away by the World Poker League. And you know the cryptos. All right, so let's talk price action here. We have consolidated right in our quote-unquote golden zone. And as you can see right here, we did have this wick come back down, but then we found, and we're above, by the way, that golden zone. We've really kind of, we wick into it a little bit here and there. Strong bounce, what I'm looking for. So what is the next bounce? I think I told you this yesterday. It would be my impression that the next bounce is going to be to 15,587. Then we're going to have a dump back down here one more time, maybe in this range, because this seems to be a pretty solid consolidation range right there, if you will. Well, it's safe to say now that we're in the best phase of the bull market, and everything indicates that we've got 4 or 5 more active and volatile months in crypto ahead of us until spring. There are tons of bullish factors, and what's especially exciting this time is that this bull run isn't fueled by retail. Top institutional players are making big moves, giving the market much more growth potential than previous crypto cycles. We can't afford to miss this opportunity. Given the current market situation, now is the perfect time to accumulate positions. While weak hands are selling, institutions are buying. And for those looking to maximize gains from this bull run without taking unnecessary risk, Cryptonomy has launched an innovative product that unlocks the full potential of their elite trading team. And guys, I am thrilled to introduce you to the Cryptonomy Margin Trading Program. With this program, every Cryptonomy user can fully capitalize on the current market phases backed by phenomenal performance achieved by the Cryptonomy team, thanks to extensive preparation for this period. Now, let's talk about some of the key features. You can customize your trading position to fit your needs. You can select the duration of the trade, the leverage level, and any of the 700 plus available coins for trading, and they have a big supply. Profits accumulate daily in the native coin of your deposit. All trading activity is insured up to 6.1 GBP by the Cryptonomy Foundation, making this product highly secure for users while granting access to margin trading benefits and years of trading expertise. Combine this program with staking and the Launchpool to unlock the full potential of your Cryptonomy account. This allows every user to maximize gain during this period while eliminating risks and FOMO, which is critical at this time. Now, guys, if you are interested in future and margin trading, this is your time to get in. You can make a deposit and start trading today. All right, guys, I've got a lot of different stakes out here right now. I'm going to add to this. We're going to create a deposit. We're going to make it maximum XRP. There's a 71.8% return over here on the 9-month, which I'm going to take. All right, we've completed that transaction, $49.95. Now we're going to do the same with Bitcoin. I'm going to use 0.19 Bitcoin. We've created another win. Guys, it is that easy for you to earn significant yields. We're using 9 months because I think the top of the market is going to be about 9 months from now. It's going to be a great opportunity. This is how you make generational wealth. And then a breakout to test that all-time high again. And then with confirmation, we get a breakout here to 302, which is the same thing I told you before. Now the question would be, will we reject, come back down here for a test, and then pop back up, and then break out, and then from there, take off, right? That's generally what's most likely to play out because that's the way the market moves at this point. And we're up $52 billion on the day. People are getting excited, I think, because the FOMC meeting is happening today and tomorrow. So we're probably going to get another rate cut, which means that Bitcoin probably going to pump super hard. Ethereum having a little bit of a pump today, but Solana's up 3%. So, we're getting a nice little run. And by the way, XRP is also pumping super hard. So I would say that we're probably going to get a surge in this market over the next couple of days as we get closer to Christmas. And then we're probably going to have a dump. Just in my estimation, we're going to have a dump. That dump is going to be probably radical, probably pretty severe looking. I would say that if we get a big surge, if history is any indication, then it's going to be this move to the 236 very rapidly. Matter of fact, I'm not even doing it rapid enough. Like we get a nice big move up here. Then we get a little sideways action here through Christmas. On Christmas comes way down, right? Then from there, that's where we get the breakout to the top, the belt, the double test, whatever. But that's really what it looks like. And if you look back at 2020, then you see that same thing playing out on the chart. So there's a likely possibility that this low right here is not the lowest of lows. Looking at previous trends, 2016, 2020, if you go back and you look at them, then you see that on Christmas, there's an even bigger dump, taking you down even further before we really start to break. So that's the potential or what could happen as far as volume goes. 64 million, the volume, although it's still really Bitcoin BTCC. So that seems to be the one where most of the volume is going. Binance got about 14 million. Binance Turkey is at 2.5 million. So that's where the trade volume is coming from. USTC up 22% and up 1% in price action. Again, a lot of this is really at this point just I think the calm before the storm. That's take a while. It's going to take a while to break out, in my opinion, through at least January. So we got at least another 2 weeks before we really start checking in with Leonardo. Really just kind of talking about the ceramic proposal. And there's been a lot of argument for a lot of people complaining about it, in fact. So and people say, look, we have nothing to lose, stuff like that. Well, technically we have everything to lose, but I get what they're saying here in that, if we could make something happen, that would, set this thing off, right? And that's what we really kind of need, right? So we'll see whether or not there is something to this proposal, and we'll get, we'll get it broken down. We'll find out whether or not there's going to be some a real repeg opportunity and a pump. By the way, if you go to Commonwealth, there are multiple repeg proposals now in discussion. It is my understanding that some people were not fans of Ceramic's plan, which, hey, some people are fans, some people are not. Some people want your bag to pump. Some people want to be more decentralized. Choice that everybody makes. And that's what governance is all about. And that's why you validate with the people who support what you want. If you want pump, vote pump. If you want decentralization, vote decentralization. So we'll see how everybody votes, of course, but that's the way that this works. As far as lunc dash goes, you can see, I mean, really the only proposal, the only person that voted no here, Happy Caddy Crypto. I mean, that's it, right? It's too centralized for his liking, and if it's too centralized for your liking, validate with Happy Cat. If, however, you think that that's ridiculous, that, you know, the people with all nodes are talking about making sure you're decentralized, I can't say it without laughing, guys. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that way, but I can't say, if you're leasing your node validator from all nodes, you're as centralized as it gets, right? You just put on a big red nose and be like, hi guys. You know what I mean? Like, hey, come on. It's about as centralized again. And by the way, I do want to say this for the record, that I've heard from nobody, and I know most of the validators, right? Nobody has said that all nodes has ever tipped their finger on the scale at all. So I'm not saying that all nodes controls anybody or that all nodes gets anybody to vote the way that they want. All nodes does not do that, but it's still the most centralized possible thing that you could have, you know? So whatever, bro. 351 million has been burned over the last 7 days, starting to come down. Like, I'm not seeing the big burns that we were seeing before. If you look at where we are right now, those big burns gone. 49 million, 57 million, 64 million, 42 million, 44 million, back to normal. 36 million, just back to normal. So, you know, there we go. Now, the important part, and this is the one that I'll close with because I think it's very, very, very important. Part of exposure comes from this right here. This is DEX Tools. DEX Tools is the place to go if you want large exposure. DEX Screener is also one that you want to go with. So what we're working on right is getting Luna Classic listed on DEX Tools. Try to make that a thing. Look over here, you can see much lesser chains are listed on this protocol, and it doesn't take much. Here's the thing. The good part is it doesn't take much. If Chronos is on here, that's all you need to know. That's the Cosmos ecosystem. If it's available there, then it should be easy enough to put into DEX Tools. And if it's on DEX Tools, let me tell you how easy it becomes for you to buy Terra Luna Classic, right? All you do is, it's this simple, right? You come up here and you click on wherever it is, right? You would type in cat with hat if you wanted cat with hat. By the way, there's a lot of cat with hats. We're not the only one, okay? In fact, you can see right here that there's some different ones and stuff like that. There's dog with hat, stuff like that. But say we got one on Luna Classic. You would look for this and you would see right here, Sol, no, CWF, no. You would come down here and you would find your Luna Classic, and then you would click on Luna Classic. I'm going to use Ethereum just for giggles here. And then you would find your project here, and then you would just pop on it, and right there, there it is, popped up, ready for you to go. And then bang, hit DEX swap over here, and okay, got it. And now you're able to trade. It's just that simple. You have to connect your wallet, of course, but it's just that simple. And all they need is support for a wallet that supports Cosmos. And guess what? If they have Chronos on here, then they have the ability. So this is a big thing and a big deal in this ecosystem. So hopefully what we will see is a move to get Luna Classic listed on DEX Tools. And then that is the exposure that you've been looking for and waiting for. And by the way, seems so simple. It seems so simple at this point that why do we not think of it before? And I think people have thought of it before, but nobody's actually, started to really work on making it happen. But they're making it happen now. And in fact, this is the DEX Tools community, and this is the channel here for new chains. Okay. And this is a new chain request here. And you can see here that Juris Protocol is in here talking about bringing in Terra Classic. Rex YZ is in here talking about bringing in Terra Luna Classic. Cat with Hat is in here talking about it. Lunc Classic is in here talking about it. Hamster Meme is in here talking about it. Vegas is in here. Let's join. Says this group is not accessible. I guess I should probably join community. Anyway, everybody's working on it right now to try to make something happen there. And if it does, awesome, right? So Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's going to wrap the show up. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And, let's hope that we get a nice little pump. Let's start doing the things that will make the gigantic difference. And, fingers crossed. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.